And away we go.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 86% of maximum.
Scanning.
There are 9 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 1. High metal content. 3. Rocky bodies. 1. Icy body. 1. Class 2 gas giant. And, in this system, the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 91% of maximum.
Completing
Quite my
system
best.
scan.
Thank you very much for the raid.
Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
There are 28 bodies in this
Well,
system.
this one's going to take me a little bit to scan. Thank you very, very much for doing so. And thank you for the follow, Prom. Alright, let's have a look and see what we've got here. It was a freebie. Now, every so often I go through the Twitch animations and see if there's anything free that looks interesting. The only reason for scanning the asteroids is to get them off the list so that you know that they're done and out of the way. Now I do have one of my co-pilots with me this evening. His name is Dash. When I finish the system, I'll show everybody Dash, if you'll say hello. Unfortunately, I don't have a Discord. But
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 6 rocky bodies, 14 icy bodies, 2 rocky icy bodies, 3 Class 1 gas giants in this system.
thank you. Don't have a Discord, but I am a member of Excalibur's Discord. He's the one who organised Expedition Discovery 3307. Alrighty, so let's see if we can get him to go on the camera. So this is my co-pilot. This evening, co-pilot is Dash. Dash is my daughter's cat, and she loves me. There's no accounting for taste. Off to the next system.
Selecting next destination.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 91% of maximum.
Dash is a normal cat that likes to sleep sitting on my lap.
Scanning for information.
Percy, my other common co-pilot,
There are 11 bodies in this
is a little
system.
different. He likes to sit like a people. So every system will be at least FSS.
You have found a
That's affirmative,
terraformable
Commander.
high metal content world, and it can be worth approximately 600,000 credits when scanned and mapped.
FSS.
Okay.
So yeah, as I was saying, every system will at least have that done. But not every system will be fully scanned, simply due to time.
I have a nasty feeling this is going to end badly.
Oh, I don't think so.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 3
Zorba,
high
thank you for
metal
the raid.
content, 1
Welcome in, everybody.
terraformable high metal content, 1 rocky body, 1 icy body, and 2 rock. In this
Course
system,
adjustments.
the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 91% of maximum.
Scanning
Thank you very
now.
much, guys. I guess I'll be here for a little bit longer. Currently traversing the galaxy. Galaxy map. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Commander.
So, heading for this spot, which is 16,500 light years away. Unfortunately, in the last few days, I've only travelled 3,000 light years. But we'll get there. Oh, and I just introduced everybody to my co-pilot for the evening, Jack. My daughter's cat, who's currently sitting on my lap while I play the game.
There are 15 bodies in this system.
So what I'm looking for here is under the features section, I'm looking for biologicals. and of course any particularly high value planets. With a bit of luck, after the next patch, patch number 6, or update 6,
The heatsink launcher is a utility module that can be used to temporarily reduce a ship's heat levels. When activated, all of a ship's internally stored heat is rapidly transferred to a heatsink
yeah,
and
picture
is
me,
then
Chip.
ejected from the ship. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 2. High metal content, 4. Rocky bodies, 4. Icy bodies, 1. Class 1 gas giant, and, in this system,
As I was saying, my wife's cat, Percy, he's had the glue removed. He's had one of his front canines removed, top canines removed at the front. He's back to eating real food as opposed to liquefied food, and he's doing really well. But he's also sleeping on the bed with my wife at the moment, so we'll leave him there rather than bothering the poor little fella. Yeah, he's done really, really well. We've got 3 weeks he's got to be on soft food. He's not allowed to have any biscuits until his jaw finishes healing. But, yeah.
Jumping to next system.
the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 91% of maximum.
Oh, it's definitely a big relief that we're over all the hassle. We've still got to give him medication
There are
once a day,
16 bodies
just a bit of
in
pain
this
relief.
system.
But apart from that, simple and straightforward. We've got a water world.
You have discovered a
Biological layer.
terraformable high metal content world, and it can be worth approximately 600,000 credits when scanned and mapped. You have discovered a water world.
So we've got a terraformable low level. Excuse me. Terraformable low atmosphere, landable planet with a biological signal on it. That's the last one.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 5 high metal content, 1 terraformable
A3 we're
high
heading
metal
to.
content, 5 icy bodies, 2 rocky icy bodies, and 1 water world in this system.
No, definitely in the process of building the cat one. I've got the 2 doors done for it now. One for the front, one for the back, because it's down the side of the house. I've got all the wood for the framing, and I've got the catnet. I now just need somebody to help me put the thing together, because it's not a single person job, unfortunately. again. Yes, I'm in Oz. So it's been chilly and wet. No, we're in Canberra. Yes, most definitely in Canberra. I've got a couple of people lined up. The biggest problem is they're only available on weekends. And over the last 4 weeks, we've had one Sunday out of the whole lot where it's actually been fine. And that was the Sunday we managed to get the doors built and organise the wood. But being in Canberra, even though we ourselves are not actually restricted, everyone else is. We can't drive through New South Wales because they're banned from going anywhere.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency
Yeah,
bonus.
stratum for a change.
There are biological features on this planet.
Oh, we did have one for a short period of time, but it was, I think, 6 days. And that was only because somebody from interstate came into Canberra and didn't self-isolate. But then contact tracing in Canberra is relatively easy. We've got 400,000 people rather than several million. Told I should go for the slightly darker patches. And at the moment we haven't got any active cases.
I'll transfer power to shields and deploy landing gear.
So that's the advantage of being in the ACT. We're the hole in the donut that is New South Wales.
Fine.
No, I didn't think I could be that lucky. Quite often the species are in the same location, so unless you've got things that grow at different altitudes. No, hang on. What's that I'm looking for? Yeah, unless you've got things that grow at different altitudes, they'll all appear on the same biological filter. Yep, no problem at all. Actually, the mic's right up, so what I'll do is I'll turn everything else down a little. Readjust the mic boom. How's that? A better? No problem at all. Happy to oblige when I can. All right, quiet my bear. Have a good rest, and I'll see you next time I see you. Thank you again for the raid. Yeah, this is the hardest part about finding biologicals, is actually locating the things. At least I got a decent view in the Beluga. Oh yeah, I just didn't feel like launching the fighter this time. We can get the fighter shots a bit quicker. Launch fighter. Launch fighter. Oh, now, don't do this to me. Launch fighter. Do it myself then. I haven't found any problems with the settings that I've got. I mean, the frame rate at this is not too bad with all this detail and whatever, so I don't want to change anything and break it. Good news is once I've actually found where it is, it should be relatively quick. If I don't have any luck in the next 10-15 minutes. Oh, definitely, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The hard part is because occasionally things do flick into existence, the colours don't look right. So like there with the shadows flicked. It's alright most of the time. There was actually something said in Update 6. They're increasing the amount of volcanism sites on planets so that it's more accurate as to where they will be found. And instead of just being one vent or one fumarole, you'll actually have, similar to what you do with all the plants a lot of the time. Sometimes it'll be one or two, other times it'll be a group thereof. But we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the new planetary textures. Hopefully, if all goes to plan, this week. Lighting improvements, planetary texture improvements, and yeah, able to find the volcanic thing, geological sites a little more easily. Oh, we could only hope for an actual heat map that is a heat map. Oh, if you go to this red zone, you'll find something. But if you go to the green zone, there's not going to be much there. This site's perfect. This site, you might find something if you're lucky. Because it's procedurally generated, when you find the plants, that is where they're always going to be. It'd make life so much simpler, wouldn't it? And the other thing would be nice to be able to bookmark your finds as opposed to just the planet, excuse me, on which you find them. And that's the other thing they're working on is improved module and bookmarking, so we can store more modules and actually bookmark more bookmarks. It's a different kind of gameplay because you can do anything you want for any length of time that you want. if you just want to travel and see the nebulas and stars around them or specific locations, that's fine. Go for it. Get a maximum range ship and go for nuts. If you want to do some actual exploring and find new stuff, don't go for maximum range. Anything over 50 light, or I think it's 35 light years, can get you to Beagle Point. I've been there twice. Once in an Orca and once in this Beluga that I'm flying around now. That's my argument. And if you decide that there's a nebula you want to go to and that's where you want to start your trip, great. Yeah, well, if you do, don't tell anybody. Apparently it's a journey we all have to make ourselves. Next system en route.
System destination locked.
Yep.
Shields offline.
Wasn't taking notice of the gravity.
Shields online.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Part of the reason that we're doing Expedition Discovery 3307 the way we are, if we bring up the galaxy map.
Sure.
Right, so my journey is from here across to there and then to Beagle Point. So on a diagonal across the galaxy. There's different people that have got different routes, and there's something like 13 or 15 different routes that people have been assigned so that we don't double up too much. How we get from A to B is up to us. The key thing being we get to our start point, our end point, and then Beagle Point. But if you can encounter a nebula along the way, you get some really good screenshots. I mean, there's one on the way to Colonia where there's a couple of surface outposts. Excuse me, surface outposts within the nebula or just outside the nebula, and the screenshots from there are just insane.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 90% of maximum.
Executing now.
Who said controlling drones in the future? We're controlling drones that are out there now. This is just a remote control system.
Bodies in this system.
And I don't know if you'd noticed, but there's a prevalence of triangular-shaped UFOs these days, and long scale-like ones. So I reckon it's quite possible that they're orcas or belugas or cobras, pythons. They're just drones that we happen to see. So all these discoveries about these planets that the astronomers are claiming to have made are actually the result of what we've been doing. At least that's what one person said. That's it. There's too many strange things on this planet that surprise me. Well, not to surprise me. For me not to believe there's a possibility. But I like conspiracy theories. Oh, definitely not. Mind you, could you imagine if we were actually, if it was true, if these were drones, that we were flying around and making these discoveries using wormholes to travel from A to B, etc. At the moment, we're paying them for the privilege. They should be paying us for discovering these things. There was a short story I read the other day. The reason Earthlings are never attacked by anybody else is because basically we are the orcs of the galaxy.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 10 icy bodies and 3 Class 1 gas giants in this system.
There was another novel I read where mankind finally discovered a method. Give me a minute, I'm just going to decrease the volume on voice attack.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 91% of maximum.
Scanning now.
You okay, Dashi? And stop voice attack annoying me. Crew command roster. Rotate the watch.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Very well.
Sounds cool. Aye, Commander.
That's affirmative.
Thank you for the follow, Invented Stick.
No problem.
That is all.
Thank you, Commander. Crew assigned.
Yeah, as I was saying, there was a novel I read once. I can't for the life of me remember the title, or the author for that matter, but the storyline basically goes, humankind finally discovers a way off the planet. They start exploring the galaxy and finding new things, and the first civilization they run into turns around and says, oh no, they're back. Apparently, humankind had been confined to this planet because we were such a danger to the rest of galactic society.
There are 11 bodies in this system.
That's much quieter. It's amazing how many things you've got to fix up again after you have a monitor break. Yeah. Well, the thing is, human beings are capable of so many nasty things. And not just to other creatures, but to each other as well. Now, for a peaceful galactic or galaxy-spanning society, that's got to be a scary thing.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 7.
I'm just going to do a few
icy
jumping
bodies,
scans to get some distance
rocky
covered
icy
tonight.
bodies, and in this system, the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 90% of maximum.
Yep.
Scanning.
This is why, in some ways, Star Trek is so popular, but it's science fantasy, not science fiction.
There are 9 bodies in this system.
At least until you get to Discovery. Which changed everything. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Original Star Trek. Then again, Riker was a bit like Kirk too, I suppose. My wife, daughter, and I have been watching Voyager. We're partway through season 6. Excuse me. Next Gen, a lot of it was going where we've already been.
Are at 87% of maximum.
Completing system scan for cartography.
There are 19 bodies in this system.
So the way a friend of mine put it with the different Star Treks, you got Star Trek the original series. Then you got Star Trek the Next Generation, which is going where we've already been. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, going nowhere at all. Star Trek Voyager, going somewhere different. Star Trek Enterprise, going to change history. And Star Trek Discovery, going somewhere where the rules don't apply anymore. I don't mind Voyager. And when Picard came out, they said Star Trek shouldn't have happened. You don't like Janeway? Yeah, the captain falls in love with a hologram, that sort of thing. Yeah, a few of my friends have actually said that Janeway is too much of a mother figure to be a captain. And I can see where they're coming from.
All the planetary bodies in this system. You have
Oh,
discovered
yeah, there were a couple of episodes where she does get a little bit nuts, doesn't she?
rocky ice body in this system.
See, I like Tom Paris and Harry Kim because they're kind of the computer nerds that like to use hacks and cheat codes and whatever. Yeah, Chakotay is more the captain figure.
Star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 82% of maximum.
Scanning for information.
There are 18 bodies in this system.
There's a lot of stars in this one. subtle. And I think, personally, the person playing the character did a really good job of it, but the writing sucked. And she is an amazing actress, and when I've seen her in a couple of other roles, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed what she's done. But there are times when you go, but that doesn't work. Not for a Starfleet captain. It's kind of like the Star Wars that shall not be named. I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan,
Planetary bodies in this system. You have
but I
discovered
absolutely hated
high metal content.
those 3 movies.
4 icy bodies, and in this system,
They lost the story. It was always an epic story. It was about the character of the people, not the people's personal lives. Feed the cat.
Acknowledged.
I do like making Vega feed the cat because he had Spot.
the system's primary star is
I mean,
Superball.
the original 4, 5, and 6,
Reserves
fantastic movies. Can watch them over and over again
80% of maximum.
until they CGI'd things in that they didn't need to CGI in.
Scanning now.
1, 2, and 3, okay.
There are 30.
At least it still followed the same general format. But 7, 8, and 9, especially 9, 9 was just bad in every way. Yeah. Gave you a reason for why things were as they were.
You have found a water world.
The Mandalorian sort of worked because it was okay and it was nothing to do with the actual Star Wars story other than the fact that Yoda happened to be, or Baby Yoda happened to be in there. It was just another story set in the universe, if you like. And if you watch it like that, it's not so bad. That said, I've only watched probably the first 4 or 5 episodes of it because I don't want to pay Disney to have another streaming service. From what I understand, it was between... Okay, it was after... Was it after Return of the Jedi? Yeah, after Return of the Jedi, because Boba Fett's in it. And he's got his funky damaged armor. Yeah, that sounds right. I also didn't like, I mean, in killing off Han, the way they did it, if you want a TV show that I could sit and watch over and over again, many, many times, Stargate, SG-1. Even the last couple of episodes of the final seasons, I would watch again. I didn't like the storyline, but I love the characters.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 1. Metal rich.
Yep.
14. High metal content. 3.
I didn't
rocky
like
bodies.
Stargate
7. Icy bodies.
Discovery, was it? The one with the
Water bodies.
Stargate Universe.
Class 1 gas giant. And, in this system,
I liked the concept, didn't like the characters.
the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 85% of maximum.
And we got a big one.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Yep.
Bodies in this system.
Okay, we've got a big system here. I'm going to take a short break after I finish refueling. And hopefully not break my monitor when I get up. Alright, I shall return shortly. Alrighty, now did I scan the system? Probably not, knowing me. Nope, I forgot. So it's all going to be somewhat behind me.
You have discovered a terraformable high metal content world, and it can be worth approximately 600,000 credits when scanned and mapped. You have discovered a terraformable rocky world.
If I hadn't forgotten to drop the throttle back to 0, I probably would have gone in and scanned most of this system. But I'm not going back. Oh yeah, I do that all the time because I've got 2 monitors, so I play Borderless on the main monitor. So my mouse is set quite sensitive. So I've got to watch for the cursor coming off the screen while I'm doing scanning. But if you do it any other way, it just doesn't work as well. The only thing worse is, to be honest, VR. The number of times I've had to, whilst trying to stream in VR, it doesn't work particularly well at the moment. Tend to get massive frame drops when I go down to planets, etc. But yeah, you've got to lift up the headset so that you can see what you're doing on the other screen. Yep. Well, the easiest way to do it apparently is to run 2 PCs. No, it's definitely not. Elite is still one of the best games, the best looking games in VR, and the experience in VR is quite simply amazing. But the frame drops, they're just horrible. But apparently, once this new AMD FSR comes in, which will work with NVIDIA cards as well, we could see a massive increase in performance as far as frames per second goes. So we shall see.
And all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 1. Metal Ridge. 8.
Funny thing is once I've got my hand on the keyboard in the right spot, I can do VR with keyboard and mouse.
24. Rocky bodies. 1. Terraformable rocky body.
But with voice attacking with the HOTAS plus the pedals, I almost never need to touch the keyboard except when I'm on a planetary surface.
91% of maximum.
Unless I'm taking screenshots.
Stand by. Scanning now. Collating. Compiling data. Updating cartography.
There are 3 bodies in this system.
And they're all stars, so we'll go to the next one.
All the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system.
Yep. Well, see, I played the original game and I played Frontier Elite 2. I didn't play 3 because at the time I just,
System's primary stars.
to be honest, I was playing Diablo.
Fuel reserves are at 87% of maximum.
Part of the issue a lot of people find
Scan for cartography.
is having roll on your mouse.
40 bodies in this system.
Another one with 40. What do we got?
If your current location is Rigel, your next destination is the Orion Nebula in the constellation Orion.
No thanks. Oh, definitely. Unfortunately, there's a lot of controversy around Blizzard at the moment. I mean, I played WoW for 10 years, I think it was. But as soon as I found out that Elite was coming out, that was it. I stopped playing WoW entirely. At one stage I was playing WoW 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Funnily enough, I had a similar sort of thing. I started playing it I was doing a course in 3D animation, and the guys there were talking about this new game that had just come out. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. Looks like it could be fun. Created a Tauren Druid and never looked back. It's actually how this account got its name. Not that I was streaming at the time, but just about every online game afterwards. Called myself Grey Talon.
You have discovered high metal content.
I didn't like the Alliance because it was the Alliance's fault that all the bad stuff happened.
5 Class 1 gas giants and 1.
Well, not the Alliance's fault, but people from the Alliance. I mean, the Orcs wouldn't have even been on Azeroth if it hadn't been for an Alliance mage. Look what Arthas did.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 81% of maximum.
Yeah, because he picked up a sword he knew that was
Leading system scan.
that he knew was cursed.
Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
There are 12 bodies in this system.
I mean, he was kind of warned by whoever it was, Jaina, I think. Don't touch the sword; it will change you, and all the rest of it. So, what did he do? Picked it up. No, I actually like the Taurens, and I thought myself that the Taurens should have been on the Alliance side from the beginning. Because their sense of honour and community fitted much more in with the humans. Well, actually more the dwarves, but yeah. Or the elves. Yeah, they were a monstrous race, so basically the humans didn't want anything to do with them. But philosophically, the Taurens definitely weren't Horde. And the thing I liked least about the Alliance, and the main reason I only had, I think, one character at any point,
And it can be worth
was
approximately
gnomes.
600,000 credits when scanned and mapped.
Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that gnomes were great fun to play, especially against gnome rogues versus Taurens, because even if we came out of stealth, you couldn't find the bloody things. Oh, this one's getting scanned.
Credits when scanned and mapped. This is a rare find. You have discovered an Earth-like world. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system.
Yeah, the scariest thing ever being a Tauren player,
High metal content. 2. Terraformable high metal
excuse me,
content. 2. Rocky bodies. 1. Icy body. And 1. Earth-like worlds. In this system,
yeah, the scariest thing to come up against when you were doing battlegrounds as a Tauren was a gnome rogue, because even when they came out of stealth, you couldn't see them because they were below the level of the grass. They're also really hard to get out from between your hoof nails. Torrens should have had access to a game called Gnome Ball. No, there, I said it. I did like playing Undead from time to time. Roses are grey, violets are grey, I'm dead and I'm colourblind. That sort of thing.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency bonus.
I actually enjoyed WoW when Taurens could be shamans and nobody on the human side could.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus. You have discovered geological
Where you had your
surface
contested zones
features
like
on this
Stranglethorn
planet.
Vale. But yeah, used to play a Tauren Druid and a Tauren Hunter. They were my two first characters. Warbeast and Grey Talent. And Warbeast's pets were always named Warbeast.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency bonus.
My chat just reset, so I may have missed a couple of comments, but apologies for that. But Yeah, the first character I leveled to max level each time was always my hunter. The druid was a little bit more difficult to max out. Yeah, well, when Northrend was introduced, my hunter went and tamed most of the rares there, including a crocodile that looked like a slime and one that looked like a hydra. I like playing Beastmaster simply because I like playing Beastmaster. At one stage, my Beastmaster was out DPSing
You
in
have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander.
one of the
You
raids,
gain the efficiency bonus.
people on marksmanship,
There are
because I just knew
geological
how to play it.
features on this planet.
Come on, Percy Joe. Come on, Percy Joe. Come on. I got a little bit frustrated with raiding when I was raiding with some friends of mine. They were in a separate guild. But we were doing Icecrown Citadel. I was the
You
main
have fully
tank
mapped this body.
as a druid.
Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
And then they basically told me that I wasn't allowed to have the druid items because they wanted it for their healer. After the roll. Because their healer druid was going to do a tanky build. Well, we were a leveling guild, so we never did in-game. But most of the people that played in our guild came back to us at some point. But yeah, it's amongst certain people that we used to play with a lot, it became very political. They only wanted to do stuff if certain people were included and all that sort of stuff. I basically created the guild for me and my mum to play so that we could have access to a guild bank for all our characters. That was the only reason we had the guild to start off with. And then there were just friends of ours in real life that we played with, and they had friends from online that wanted to play, and yeah, we ended up helping people level. And there was an achievement that my mum was working on. She was, I think, it was one of the meta achievements where you had to get like, I think it was 14 other achievements to be able to qualify for this one. And unfortunately, she missed out by 1 week because they got rid of it.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
I'll tell you what was good fun as a druid. Going in stealth mode and breaking into the dungeon and doing it. Yeah, there was one particular achievement. Insane in the Membrane, it was called. You could get granted the title The Insane. Raise your reputation to be honoured with the Bloodsail Buccaneers, exalted with Booty Bay, Everlook, Gadget Zan, Ratchet, Darkmoon Faire, and Ravenholt. And Ravenholt was the one that she hadn't yet done, and they got rid of the achievement. Or they modified it so that all the work that she'd done was no longer valid. Yep. So she'd already done the Exalted with Booty Bay and the Bloodsail Buccaneers ones. Now, to get those together was hard. Because they're natural enemies. You basically had to get, I believe, Exalted with Bloodsail Buccaneers first, and then go and get Exalted with Booty Bay. After starting off hated. Some of the stuff you could only do through Darkmoon Faire. It's just not possible otherwise. But for Ravenholt, for a Horde character to get that reputation, you basically had to sneak into a particular area and collect boxes to hand in. And she was playing a hunter, so she couldn't actually do the lockboxes or anything like that. So she had to get get a thief up to the level that was able to do it, and then transfer the items to the hunter to be able to do it. I think she actually swapped professions 3 times and ended up with engineering so she could make lockpicking stuff so that the hunter could actually have an opportunity to do it.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency bonus.
7 or 8 are on the other side. Alright, 9 it is. Yeah, I think it was the engineer. There was an auto lockpicker you could get. May have actually been the blacksmith. But anyway, point being, she had to change professions because originally she was an alchemist. But yeah, at one stage we had my mum, myself, and my son playing. Yep. This is where I don't understand the complaints about the grind with this. Because I know there's a bit of a grind with Elite Dangerous from time to time. But not to the same level as you had in the MMOs. And especially in these free-to-play ones that you can pay to win. I mean, pay to level up faster. And then they introduced engineering recipes that only drop from raid level dungeons and only when you're doing them in heroic or whatever the next one up is. Yeah, but with my exploration ships, I've taken out a Dolphin with only the Guardian FSD booster and gone exploring for 3 months. I mean, my first trip over to Beagle Point, I didn't have an FSD booster. I just did it in the standard engineering with an Orca. My first trip to Sajay was in an unengineered Asp Explorer. On my secondary account. That's right. I mean, I've got quite a few billion credits, and I've got a fleet carrier, but I ain't that old school. Oh, we have some rings. Oh, and this thing's well and truly engineered. Yeah, I mean, we used to do mining without limpets.
The A-ring has been mapped. You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Now, although that looks like 3 separate sets of rings, it's considered one. No, we had prospector limpets, which increased the number of chunks, but you had to pick them up manually. I think that's screenshot worthy. I don't like that angle. No, other side. Hmm. That'll do. Void opals, grandidierite, and low temperature diamonds. Somehow I don't think anyone's going to be coming out this far. Yeah, it's only about 15,000 light years away from Sol. That's what, 30 jumps in a carrier? The worst part would be the trip back because you'd be carrying a full... actually, no, both ways. Unless you synthesized all your limpets. Yeah, 600 light years isn't so bad. But at the moment, I'm... Well, let's have a look at exactly how far away I am. There you go, 15,368 light years away. I think once I've finished this, mapping this system, might find somewhere to land this thing and call it an evening. I did quite a bit of mining at one point with some friends. Made about 2 billion out of it. That's what shields are for. Especially prismatics on your cutter. Now, if I'm doing rescue and trade missions, I generally go shieldless, but not mining. Yeah, but the Imperial Courier is not. It looks like somebody painted a banana white and stuck wings on it. It might be mean, but it's true. I mean, give me a space whale any day. Thank you for the follow. No, I most definitely blame the blame the
Nicely done.
designer for that one.
You gain the efficiency bonus.
Ah, look, it's all good. Twitch does apparently drop follows from time to time, so yeah. So
Cancel.
Monday we had to take the cat into the vet, get his jaw sorted out, and the vet said, "Look, it's not healed as much as I'd like, but rather than knock him out again in 2 weeks' time to get it done again, he's already been knocked out, as in under general. I think it's 5 times since the accident. They really didn't want to do it again. Puts a lot of strain on his poor little body. So they took the x-ray, said, yep, it's healed enough. Took out a broken tooth, and now he's able to eat by himself. We've just got to... He's getting his treats all the time at the moment. He's not allowed to have normal cat food for about till Friday. So he's getting diced chicken or tuna. We've had really good vets here in Canberra. We've got the Canberra Vet Emergency Service. They actually looked after him for 48 hours and charged us because he's such a wonderful cat. Yeah, see, some vets get into it for the money. These vets get in because they care about animals. I swear that's the difference. Here's the Earth-like world. Try and get it nearly on the dark side so I can take a screenshot flying next to it. Yeah, well, Canberra Vet Emergency Service is the weekend and 24-hour vet service. The company charges through the nose, but the vets sometimes have a bit of discretion.
Out this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
And with us and with our wonderful cat, they basically fell in love with him because he's very much a people cat. Back a little bit. That's a reasonable shot. Yeah, I'll see if they tried that with me, I'd report them. There you go, press the earth is round. I had one vet that I went to that complained at me that my cat had bitten her after when she was treating an abscess on his neck, and I turned around and said, well, did you knock him out? Oh no, we didn't think it'd be necessary. I said, well, you're probing an abscess on the side of his neck. He's not going to be happy. He needed to at least be sedated if he wasn't knocked out completely. But no, one of the vets at the vet emergency service actually took him on a Sunday and said, I'll look after him for you today. I said, are you sure? And she goes, yeah. I said, but, and she goes, no. Yeah, well, he got into a fight with a cat 2 or 3 days beforehand, and he had a mark on his neck. And he'd been pretty quiet for a couple of days, and then he came out overnight and had become badly infected and quite swollen. So we had to get him up to the vet to get him checked out. Okay, too close. Now, this is a planet I'd like to land on. Yeah, well, this is the first time we'd actually had him with an abscess, so we figured we'd better get him checked out to make sure that everything was okay, because it had burst. These days, I know what I'm doing. No, not quite far enough away yet. Yeah, well, this looked like somebody had taken something. Where are you located? So I can give you a reference. Coin size wise. That's right, Victoria. Yeah, about the size of a 20-cent piece. Yeah, I just remembered you're in Victoria. Yeah, that's why we're talking. All right, around the back. Well, it was a case of loose skin in the area, and an awful lot of gunk in the abscess.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Alright, off to the next system. Next system en route.
Looking next star system.
Yep. Well, see, now with what we've been through with Percy, because we had feeding through a tube, treating a broken jaw, broken teeth, cuts on the head and on the paws, all those sorts of things. There's pretty much nothing that phases me with the cat now, except the kitty litter box.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at.
I can handle the pee, but I can't handle the poo.
Maximum.
Percy, by choice, goes in soil, so he goes out and poops in the plant pots out the front. But of course, he's not allowed out anymore.
3 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system.
Our cat's very fastidious about burying.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 94% of maximum.
Scanning for information.
There are 12 bodies in this system.
Oh, that's cats for you. So we have 2 cats, 2 dogs, and 3 lizards. I don't think I've ever smelt a nice smelling cat urine. I don't know. One of the cats actually likes to sit on top of the lizard tank and has no interest in scaring them, just finds them fascinating. Oh, toxoplasmosis, that's the one which, yeah, I know the one you're talking about now.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 9 icy bodies and 2 rocky icy bodies in this system.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and have a look at these ones. Or this one. Have another quick look through here, see if there's anything with biologicals on it. No, 7's blank. That won't have. 8. Nothing. 3 or 4 got anything on them? No. 1. No. Alright, looks like 4 is the one we're going to land on. It's something I've never had, and I've had cats pretty much all my life, from when I was a little kid. And I've had some rather nasty scratches from cats too, so. Not because they don't like me, but because they're in pain and they don't know how to deal with it. Proper waste management, number 1. But, yeah, I deal with the front end, the wife deals with the back end. Same as we did for our kids. I can do it if I have to, but I end up crook. Hey, buddy. Percy. Come on. Come on. Here he is.
You have
So this is
pulled out
Percy.
this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency
Yeah.
bonus. You have discovered biological surface features on this planet.
Love Professor Joe. Oh, now he wants to talk to the microphone. Oh, look at that. X marks the spot. Next system en route.
System destination locked.
Directly behind me, so it doesn't matter where I land.
When you have to shoot, shoot. Don't talk. Clint Eastwood.
What you doing, Piss? Freighter there. I like landing in freighters.
Are we gonna take out a few scumbags?
No.
Deploying and readying weapons.
Track hard points. He's a shocker, he is. But he actually curls up on the bed and does the kneading thing like kittens do to their mothers. Because we got him when he was 4 weeks old. He'd been abandoned by his mum. Didn't think I'd be that lucky.
Are you ready to deploy the SRB?
No.
There is something.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to have to call it a night. I shall see if there's anybody else that we can raid. Let's go on the Orange Phoenix. All right. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Have fun, be safe, fly enthusiastically. 07 all, and out.
Oh, thank you, my friend. No, Warbucks, we like this one too. Like them all, to be honest. But Commander Greytail, welcome in. How was the rest of your stream? I was kind of lurking for part of it while I was setting it up. Came in with the raid from Zorba. How did the rest of your stream go, my friend? This is another commander that I've been meaning to add to my shout-outs for Warbucks. So you're added to the list as well. Warbucks, say hi to our raiders.
Welcome to Commander Orange Phoenix's Stream Raiders. Thank you for raiding in, and I hope you enjoy watching this stupid monkey bumbling through space taking his dumb pictures. My name is Warbucks, and I am Commander Orange Phoenix's very, very, very reluctant companion.
Welcome in, Peachy. I hope